Do you find yourself lying awake at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling while your mind races with worries about tomorrow's doctor's appointment or yesterday's conversation with your children? Are you one of the millions of older adults who have accepted restless nights and constant fatigue as simply part of getting older? If you're nodding along, feeling seen and understood, then this video was made specifically for you. The truth is, poor sleep isn't just an inconvenience that comes with age. It's silently stealing years from your life and quality from your days. While you may have been told that sleeping less is normal as we get older, recent research reveals something remarkable. There's one simple habit that not only dramatically improves sleep quality in older adults, but actually extends lifespan by up to 7 years. This isn't about expensive treatments or complicated medical procedures. It's about understanding how your body and mind work together and making one powerful change that thousands of people over 65 are already using to reclaim their nights and transform their health. Tonight could be the first night in years that you sleep deeply and wake up truly refreshed. Stay with me until the end of this video because I'm going to share exactly what this life-changing habit is, why it works so effectively for older adults, and how you can start implementing it as early as tonight. Your future self, the one who sleeps peacefully and wakes up energized, is waiting for you just a few minutes away. The phone calls always seem to come at the worst times. It's your daughter checking in again, asking if you're okay because you sounded tired during your last conversation. Your neighbor mentions they saw your bedroom light on at 2 in the morning. Your doctor asks about your energy levels during routine checkups, and you find yourself making excuses about just being busy or having a lot on your mind. But deep down, you know the truth. Sleep has become your biggest daily struggle. What we're talking about isn't just the occasional restless night that everyone experiences. We're addressing the chronic sleep difficulties that affect nearly 70% of adults over 65. This is about lying in bed for hours before falling asleep, waking up multiple times during the night, or finding yourself wide awake at 4 in the morning with no hope of getting back to sleep. It's about dragging yourself through days feeling like you're moving through thick fog, struggling to remember simple things, and feeling irritable with the people you love most. The reality is that as we age, our sleep architecture changes dramatically. The deep, restorative sleep that once came so naturally becomes increasingly elusive. Our internal clocks shift, making us feel tired earlier in the evening, but causing us to wake up before dawn. Our bodies produce less melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep. We may be dealing with medications that interfere with sleep, chronic pain that makes it hard to get comfortable, or the simple fact that we're less physically active during the day. But here's what most people don't realize. While these changes are common, they don't have to be accepted as inevitable. The habit that transforms sleep for older adults addresses the root cause of many sleep problems, not just the symptoms. It's something that works with your changing body rather than against it. This habit isn't about forcing yourself to sleep more hours or trying to recreate the sleep patterns you had in your 20s. Instead, it's about working with your body's natural rhythms and needs at this stage of life. It acknowledges that your sleep may look different now, but it can still be deeply restorative and health-promoting. The people who have discovered this habit report not just sleeping better, but feeling more alert during the day, having better relationships with family and friends, and experiencing fewer health problems overall. The most remarkable part is how this connects to longevity. When researchers followed thousands of older adults for over a decade, they found that those who practiced this particular sleep-enhancing habit lived significantly longer lives. They had lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Their immune system stayed stronger, helping them fight off infections and recover more quickly from illness. They maintained their independence longer and reported higher levels of life satisfaction well into their 80s and 90s. To understand why this habit works so powerfully, we need to look at what happens to sleep as we age, without getting lost in medical jargon. Think of sleep as your body's overnight maintenance crew. When you're younger, this crew works efficiently through the night, repairing tissues, consolidating memories, and preparing you for the next day. As we get older, This maintenance crew becomes less efficient, but it doesn't mean the work can't still get done well. The changes start with our internal body clock, often called our circadian rhythm. This internal timekeeper, located in our brain, helps coordinate when we feel sleepy and when we feel alert. In older adults, this clock tends to shift earlier, which is why you might find yourself feeling tired at 8 in the evening and wide awake at 5 in the morning. This isn't a malfunction. It's a natural adjustment that many older adults experience. Additionally, the structure of our sleep changes. We spend less time in the deepest stages of sleep and more time in lighter stages. This means external sounds, temperature changes, or even our own movements can wake us more easily. We also experience more frequent brief awakenings during the night, though we might not remember them all. These micro-awakenings can leave us feeling like we didn't sleep well, even if we were in bed for 8 hours. The hormone changes that accompany aging also play a significant role. Melatonin production decreases, making it harder for our bodies to recognize when it's time to sleep. Growth hormone, which is released during deep sleep and helps with physical repair and recovery, also declines. For women, the hormonal changes associated with menopause can cause hot flashes and night sweats that disrupt sleep for years. Physical changes matter too. Many older adults deal with conditions like arthritis, which can make it painful to find a comfortable sleeping position. Enlarged prostates in men can cause frequent nighttime bathroom trips. Restless leg syndrome becomes more common with age. Some medications prescribed for other health conditions can interfere with sleep quality or timing. But here's the crucial understanding. While these changes are real and common, they don't doom you to poor sleep for the rest of your life. The habit that makes such a dramatic difference works by addressing multiple aspects of these age-related sleep challenges simultaneously. It doesn't try to turn back the clock and make you sleep like you did at 25. Instead, it optimizes sleep for who you are now. This habit recognizes that quality matters more than quantity for older adults. While younger people might need 9 hours of sleep to feel rested, many older adults function beautifully on 7 to 8 hours of high-quality sleep. The key is making sure those hours are as restorative as possible. This means creating conditions that support your body's natural tendency toward earlier bedtimes and earlier wake times, while maximizing the repair and restoration that happens during sleep. The impact of poor sleep on your daily life extends far beyond feeling tired. When sleep consistently fails you, it creates a cascade of physical and emotional challenges that touch every aspect of your health and happiness. Understanding these connections helps explain why improving sleep can feel like getting your life back. Physically, chronic sleep problems weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to colds, flu, and other infections that seem to linger longer than they should. Your body's ability to regulate blood sugar becomes impaired, increasing your risk of developing diabetes or making existing diabetes harder to control. Blood pressure tends to rise with poor sleep, putting additional strain on your heart and cardiovascular system. Even your balance and coordination suffer, increasing the risk of falls that could result in serious injuries. The connection between sleep and pain is particularly important for older adults. Poor sleep lowers your pain threshold, making chronic conditions like arthritis feel significantly worse. At the same time, pain makes it harder to sleep, creating a vicious cycle that can dominate your daily experience. Many people find themselves relying more heavily on pain medications when their sleep is poor, which can create additional health complications. Cognitively, sleep deprivation affects your ability to concentrate, make decisions, and remember important information. You might find yourself struggling to follow conversations, forgetting appointments, or having difficulty learning new things. This can be particularly frustrating and frightening, as these symptoms can feel similar to early signs of dementia, creating additional anxiety and stress. The emotional toll of poor sleep is equally significant. Chronic sleep deprivation affects the brain's ability to regulate emotions effectively. You may find yourself feeling more irritable with family members, less patient with everyday frustrations, or overwhelmed by situations that you would normally handle with ease. Depression and anxiety become more common and more severe when sleep is consistently poor. These emotional changes can strain your most important relationships. Your spouse might feel like they're walking on eggshells around you. Your children or grandchildren might notice that you seem less engaged or more easily frustrated during visits. You might find yourself declining social invitations because you're too tired to enjoy activities you once loved, leading to isolation and loneliness that compound the problem. The fear and worry about sleep itself can become overwhelming. Many older adults develop significant anxiety around bedtime, dreading another night of tossing and turning. You might find yourself checking the clock repeatedly during the night, calculating how many hours of sleep you're losing. This sleep anxiety can become so consuming that it actually makes sleep problems worse, creating another layer of frustration and despair. Perhaps most heartbreaking is how poor sleep can make you feel like you're losing yourself. The person who once tackled challenges with energy and optimism might feel replaced by someone who's constantly exhausted and pessimistic. You might worry that this is simply what aging means, that this diminished version of yourself is all you can expect for the years ahead. But here's what gives so many people hope. When sleep improves, these physical and emotional changes often reverse remarkably quickly. People report feeling like themselves again within just a few weeks of implementing the habit we're discussing. Their relationships improve, their confidence returns, and they rediscover the energy and enthusiasm for life that they thought was gone forever. One of the biggest obstacles to improving sleep in older adults is the collection of myths and misconceptions that many people accept as truth. These false beliefs can prevent you from taking action to improve your sleep, or lead you to try ineffective strategies that waste time and energy. Let's address the most common myths that might be holding you back. The most damaging myth is that poor sleep is simply an inevitable part of aging that you must accept. While sleep patterns do change as we get older, this doesn't mean you're destined to spend your remaining years feeling tired and unrested. The research clearly shows that older adults can achieve high-quality, restorative sleep when they understand and work with their changing needs. Another common misconception is that older adults need significantly less sleep than younger people. While your sleep patterns may shift, most older adults still need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night for optimal health. The difference isn't in the amount of sleep needed, but in how that sleep is structured and when it occurs. Accepting too little sleep as normal can lead to chronic sleep deprivation that affects every aspect of your health. Many people believe that sleeping pills are the only effective solution for age-related sleep problems. While medications can be helpful in certain situations, they often come with side effects that can be particularly problematic for older adults, including increased fall risk, memory problems, and dependency issues. The most effective long-term solutions for sleep problems in older adults typically involve lifestyle changes and habits rather than medications. There's also a persistent myth that napping during the day will automatically ruin your nighttime sleep. While this can be true for some people, strategic napping can actually be beneficial for older adults when done correctly. A short nap of 20 to 30 minutes in the early afternoon can help restore energy without significantly impacting nighttime sleep. The key is understanding how to nap in a way that supports rather than disrupts your overall sleep pattern. Some people believe that if they can't fall asleep within a few minutes, they have a serious sleep disorder that requires medical intervention. In reality, it's normal for it to take 15 to 20 minutes to fall asleep. The problems arise when you lie in bed for hours unable to sleep, which is when learning the right habits becomes crucial. Another myth suggests that watching television or using electronic devices in bed is harmless as long as the content is relaxing. However, the blue light emitted by screens can interfere with your body's natural production of melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep regardless of what you're watching. Additionally, keeping your mind engaged with stories or information when you're trying to wind down can make it much harder to transition into sleep. Many older adults believe that alcohol helps them sleep better because it makes them feel drowsy initially. While alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, it significantly disrupts sleep quality throughout the night, leading to more frequent awakenings and less restorative sleep overall. This is particularly problematic for older adults whose sleep is already more fragmented. Finally, there's a misconception that exercise late in the day will always keep you awake. While vigorous exercise close to bedtime can be stimulating, gentle movement and stretching in the evening can actually help prepare your body for sleep. The timing and intensity of exercise matter more than avoiding it entirely in the evening hours. The transformative habit that helps older adults sleep better and live longer is surprisingly simple: creating and maintaining a consistent evening routine that begins at the same time every night, regardless of what time you go to bed. This isn't just about having a bedtime. It's about establishing a predictable sequence of calming activities that signal to your body and mind that it's time to begin winding down for sleep. This routine should start approximately 2 hours before you want to be asleep and should remain consistent 7 days a week. The key is that your body begins to anticipate sleep long before you actually get into bed. This gives your natural sleep processes time to activate gradually, rather than expecting them to switch on instantly when your head hits the pillow. Begin your routine by dimming the lights throughout your home. This helps signal to your brain that evening is approaching and encourages natural melatonin production. Use warm, soft lighting instead of bright overhead lights. If you need to read or do other activities, use lamps with warm bulbs rather than cool, bright lighting that can interfere with your body's preparation for sleep. The next component involves turning off or putting away electronic devices. This includes televisions, computers, tablets, and smartphones. The blue light from these devices can suppress melatonin production for several hours, making it much harder to fall asleep. Instead of screen time, engage in calming activities like reading a physical book, doing gentle stretches, or listening to soft music. Temperature regulation plays a crucial role in this routine. About 90 minutes before bedtime, take a warm bath or shower. As your body temperature rises during the bath and then drops afterward, it triggers a natural sleepiness response. If bathing isn't possible every night, you can achieve a similar effect by washing your hands and face with warm water or using a warm washcloth on your neck and arms. Incorporate gentle movement into your routine, but keep it light and calming. This might include simple stretches, slow walking around your home, or basic yoga poses. The goal isn't to get your heart rate up, but to help release physical tension from the day. Pay particular attention to stretching your neck, shoulders, and back, as tension in these areas can make it difficult to get comfortable in bed. Create a calming environment in your bedroom well before you plan to sleep. This means making sure the room is cool, quiet, and dark. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask if necessary. If noise is an issue, consider using earplugs or a white noise machine. Make sure your mattress and pillows are comfortable and supportive. If you share a bed and your partner's movements disturb your sleep, consider separate beds or a larger mattress that minimizes motion transfer. Address your mind's tendency to race with worries or plans for tomorrow by incorporating a brief journaling session into your routine. Spend just 5 or 10 minutes writing down 3 things you're grateful for from the day and any concerns or tasks for tomorrow. This mental download helps prevent your mind from cycling through these thoughts when you're trying to fall asleep. If you take medications, work with your doctor to optimize the timing. Some medications can interfere with sleep if taken too close to bedtime, while others might actually promote sleepiness and should be timed accordingly. Never adjust prescription medications without consulting your healthcare provider first. Pay attention to your evening food and drink consumption. Stop eating large meals at least 3 hours before bedtime, as digestion can interfere with sleep. If you need a small snack, choose something light and avoid spicy, acidic, or high-fat foods. Limit fluid intake in the 2 hours before bed to minimize nighttime bathroom trips, but don't restrict fluids so much that you go to bed thirsty. The routine should be pleasant and something you look forward to rather than another chore to complete. Customize it to include activities you genuinely enjoy while staying within the guidelines that promote good sleep. Some people enjoy herbal tea as part of their routine, while others prefer soft music or aromatherapy with lavender scents. Consistency is absolutely crucial for this habit to work. Your body's internal clock thrives on predictability, and it can take several weeks of consistent practice before you notice significant improvements in your sleep quality. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. The people who experience the most dramatic improvements are those who stick with their routine even when it doesn't seem to be working at first. As we reach the end of our time together, I want you to understand something important. The journey to better sleep isn't about perfection. It's about progress, patience, and treating yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend who was struggling. You've lived through decades of experiences, raised families, built careers, and navigated countless challenges. You have the wisdom and strength to master this one more skill that can dramatically improve your remaining years. The evening routine we've discussed isn't just about sleeping better tonight or tomorrow. It's about reclaiming your vitality, your mental sharpness, and your ability to fully engage with the people and activities that bring meaning to your life. When you sleep well consistently, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. You're ensuring that the time you have ahead is filled with energy, clarity, and joy, rather than fatigue and frustration. Remember that every small step counts. If implementing the entire routine feels overwhelming, start with just 1 or 2 elements. Perhaps begin by simply dimming your lights 2 hours before bed, or by putting away electronic devices after dinner. As these changes become natural habits, gradually add other components. Your sleep will improve incrementally, and each improvement will motivate you to continue building on your success. There will be nights when your routine gets disrupted by family visits, social events, or unexpected circumstances. This is completely normal and doesn't mean you've failed or that you should give up. Simply return to your routine the next evening. Your body is remarkably forgiving and will quickly readjust when you resume consistent practices. The ripple effects of better sleep will touch every area of your life in ways that might surprise you. Your relationships will improve as your patience and emotional stability return. Your physical health will strengthen as your body gets the restorative sleep it needs for healing and maintenance. Your mental acuity will sharpen, helping you stay engaged with the world around you. You'll find yourself looking forward to each day with renewed enthusiasm and energy. Most importantly, better sleep will help you maintain your independence and dignity as you age. When you're well rested, you can continue making your own decisions, caring for yourself, and contributing to your family and community in meaningful ways. You'll be the person your loved ones turn to for wisdom and support, rather than someone they worry about constantly. Your commitment to better sleep is an act of self-respect and self-care. You're acknowledging that your comfort, health, and happiness matter. You're choosing to be proactive about your well-being rather than simply accepting decline as inevitable. This mindset, this refusal to give up on feeling your best, is what separates those who age with vitality from those who simply grow older. Tonight, as you begin your new evening routine, remember that thousands of people just like you have transformed their sleep and their lives using these same strategies. You're not alone in this journey, and you're certainly not too old to experience dramatic improvements in how you feel each day. Sweet dreams aren't just for children, they're your right at any age.